Anong bahay ang maitatayo nyo sa 100 square meter na lote at magkano? Okay, so ito na yung bahay natin, my dudes, and I'm gonna be honest, ito yung isa sa mga paborito kong gawa. Now, yung lote natin, size niya is 6 meters by 16 meters deep. So, yung 6 meters, yun yung frontage natin. And personally, my dudes, yun yung pinaka bare minimum ko, 6 meters. Anywhere mas makitid pa sa 6 meters, I wouldn't advise getting that lot kasi malilimitahan na yung mga spaces na pwede nyo ilagay dun sa bahay nyo. Although, it is possible, but it is not ideal. Now, tignan na natin yung exterior na design. So, I went with this modern contemporary style na very elegant siya tignan dahil simple. Now, dito sa ating exterior, yung main na material na ginamit ko ay itong perforated steel. So, I used it for our gate at dito sa ating facade. And yung kagandahan ng perforated steel is it provides a little bit of sun shading and a little bit of privacy na kahit nasa loob kayo nung inyong lote ay kita nyo pa rin yung mga taong dumadaan sa labas. And yung kulay ng perforated steel nyo ay makaka-apekto dun sa kanyang transparency. So, kung makikita natin itong gate, color black yung ating perforated steel. Pero pag ginawa natin itong white, bam! Ayan, hindi na masyado kita yung loob ng bahay nyo. So, that is one of the wonders of perforated steel. Bago tayo pumasok dito sa ating main gate, mapapansin nyo na meron tayong kumbaga cove lighting dito sa pinaka-top na beam ng ating gate, which paggabi, maganda tignan yan. Very illuminated itong harap ng ating bahay. Now, pagpasok natin dito sa gate na yan, ay ang ating one-car garage. So, limited tayo sa garage space dahil ngayong lot natin, 100 square meters lang. Then, in front ng ating garage, meron tayong window that offers a sneak peek into the house. Dito makikita nyo yung pamilya nyong kumakain dun sa dining table habang papasok pa lang kayo and oh, so great to be home. Yung vibes na mafe-feel nyo dito. Now, beside our one-car garage, makikita na natin ang ating main entry with this very classy, big wooden pivot door. So, what's the difference between a pivot door and a normal door? Yung hinge location niya, my dudes. Yung pivot door, yung hinge location niya ay naka-offset magmula sa isang side. Samantalang yung regular na door ay yung hinge location niya nasa isang side lang. So, nung difference nitong dalawa, basically yung pivot door, mas malalaki yung kaya niyang buhatin dahil dun sa nature ng kanyang hinge as compared sa regular door. But aside from that, halos parehas lang yung regular at pivot door when it comes to the function. Mas social lang tignan yung pivot door, although mas mahal yung pivot door natin. Now, upon entering, sasalubungin tayo nitong ating sunken foyer, which is inspired by the Japanese Genkan or yung entryway ng mga Japanese. Now, this is what I like to call the iwan sapatos dito zone. So, yung mga guests natin will be compelled to leave their shoes right here kasi nga meron tayong separation of space. Aside from the magkaiba yung materials ng ating tiles and wooden floor, meron tayong one step up. So, one of my favorite parts ng Japanese architecture ito. Now, paglingon natin sa likod natin para i-admire yung ating pintuan ulit, makikita natin meron tayong bintana sa tabi. Now, this window is what we call a side light and isa sa mga purposes nito ay para pag meron tayong guests, pwede natin silipin if they are a stranger or not. Now, moving in further sa loob ng ating bahay, ito na ang pinaka wow centerpiece itong ating bahay, which is ang ating inner courtyard. And so kung titignan natin, open siya hanggang dun sa ating pinaka roof deck kung saan kukuha ng sunlight itong ating puno sa gitna. Now, this inner courtyard serves a lot of purposes. One, ay source of natural light siya, and two, dyan naakyat yung hangin para mag-circulate all throughout the house. Kasi isa sa pinaka-challenges pagdating sa maliliit na lote ay yung light and ventilation or yung araw at yung hangin na dadaloy sa ating bahay. So this will solve that problem, my dudes. Now, housing our wonderful indoor tree ay meron tayong plant box na ginawa na rin nating sitting area, which I'm gonna be honest, I like how it turned out. This curve, oh, masterpiece. Magmula dyan, may kita na natin ang ating dining at kitchen area. We have a 6-seater dining and we have this minimalist kitchen. One thing I did dito sa interior ng ating bahay is sa labas, ginawa ko siyang hard, straight, clean lines. Dito naman sa loob ay medyo soft, curved, and arched yung mga furnitures natin at yung mga design elements tulad nitong ating seating area, yung arched doorway banda rito at yung lighting choice natin for our kitchen. Medyo wabi-sabi type of lights yung nilagay natin dito. Now, kung mapapansin nyo, yung ating kitchen is island/bar combo siya, kung saan meron tayong mga bar stools. Pwede tayong kumain dyan ng breakfast, almusal, hapunan. Breakfast and almusal, parehas yata yun. Now, pagdating sa islands, pwede tayo maglagay dyan ng sink like what I did here, or you could also go with the stove. Pero personally, para sa akin, sink yung pinakamadaling ilagay dyan kasi ang gagawin mo lang, mag-abang ka lang ng pipes dyan. Pero pag stove ang nilagay natin dyan, kailangan natin mag-abang ng exhaust hood sa taas nyan, which could either block the view or masisira yung pinaka-overall look ng kitchen natin. Now, sa likod ng ating kitchen and dining area, dyan nakalocate yung ating powder room, or some people call it half bath. Dito sa ating powder room, we went with this classic rendered walls. Yan. But make sure na paggagamit kayo ng mga rendered walls na tulad nito sa bathrooms or anywhere exposed to moisture is to seal the walls at yung pintura natin. Now, para sa backdrop ng ating sink, meron tayo nitong half wall na backlit, illuminating yung ating KitKat style na mosaic tiles. And we have this wonderful oblong mirror which ties the whole bathroom together. Very, very elegant tignan. Beside our toilet and bathroom, makita natin we have this large sliding door which exits onto our backyard. So dito sa backyard, pwede tayo maglagay ng dirty kitchen, but I'm gonna be a little spicy today. Hindi tayo maglalagay ng dirty kitchen dyan. You wanna cook bangus, suffer the consequences. Okay, so yun na yung lahat ng areas sa first floor natin. Let us move on to our second floor, which kailangan natin daanan itong ating napakagandang hagdanan. Yan, so we have this open tread stairs. Pero, hindi siya ganun ka-open. That is just an illusion dahil meron tayong mga tempered glass inserts dito sa kanyang treads para hindi tayo pasukin ng kung ano-anong insekto at flying bayawak sa ating bahay. So, it is enclosed from the outside, not to worry, my dudes. So, para sa hawakan ng ating stairs, I went with this recessed railing or cove railing dito sa ating side kung saan nakabaon siya dun sa ating pinaka-wall. Para clean siya tignan, pero safe pa rin, my dudes. Now, going up our stairs, sasalubungin tayo ng living area dito sa ating second floor. So, for the design, I decided to go with a contemporary na minimalist lang sa furnitures. Kasi naubos mo na lahat ng pera mo sa pagpapagawa ng bahay. Kaya, onting furnitures na lang ma-afford mo. Sobrang wala ka na sa budget na hindi mo na maisabit yung mga art mo. But you know, it looks really good on the floor. So, why not, diba? Now, ang kagandahan ng mga minimalist na layouts is pag tama yung mga furnitures na napili nyo, ay it's gonna look classy and sophisticated, my dudes, as compared sa sobrang dami yung magagarbong furniture and makalat na tignan. Now, continuing with the theme ng ating first floor, marami tayong round or curved elements dito. So, meron tayong butas dito sa ating perforated steel sheet partition. And then, yung railing din natin is kinerve na natin. So, yung effect ng curve sa ating pinaka-design is it looks elegant and sophisticated, which is the look we are trying to go for sa loob. Kasi maliit na nga yung lote natin, so we want the design of the house to scream, marami kong pera. And actually, I really like how round corners soften the space. Makes it feel less, you know, nakakulong ka. Speaking of nakakulong, we can open this big sliding glass door sa ating living room, which will exit onto a Juliet balcony. So, Juliet balconies are typically just small balconies. On the other side of that balcony, dadaan tayo dito sa catwalk-esque natin na hallway. Matutumbok na natin ang ating master bedroom. Now, para sa accent wall natin dito sa master bedroom, I decided to go with this lime wash na backdrop na backlit ng ating headboard. For our master bathroom, dadaan muna tayo sa ating walk-in closet with this vanity over here. Diyan, mag-eskinol kayo bago matulog to avoid the pimples. That is my secret. Pagpasok natin sa ating toilet and bathroom, I decided to put another accent wall dun sa rear na pader natin. So, we went with this medyo turquoise na KitKat mosaic tiles, which gives it a little bit pop of color para hindi naman masyadong boring at depressing yung bathroom natin. Now, isa sa mga problema na nakita ko dito sa ating second floor ay yung cross ventilation. Dahil nga nilagay natin itong ating master bedroom sa pinakalikod, pag naka-close yung door niyan ay wala nang way for the air to travel from this Juliet balcony palabas dun sa bintana natin sa likod. So to solve that, naglagay tayo ng mga operable vents dito sa tuktok ng ating master bedroom. Nadadaan dyan yung hangin, and through the ceiling of the master bedroom, mag-exit doon sa balkonahe sa likod ng ating MBR. With that being said, let us move on sa paboritong part ko ng bahay nito. Parang lahat paborito ko, pero yeah, I love this part, my dudes, ang ating third floor. Yan, so for our third floor, hagdan naman natin ay gawa na siya sa perforated steel para hindi siya mabigat at masikip tignan and para hindi mahinder yung airflow dito sa ating pinaka-central na light and ventilation column or yung ating courtyard. So pag-akyat natin dyan sa hagdan na yan, sasalubungin tayo nitong ating malaking balkonahe that we could call a semi-roof deck. So yung ginawa ko for our glass doors ay fully openable siya. So pwede nyong buksan ito totally para yung exterior would be a part ng interior natin na area. And dahil naglagay tayo ng malaking overhang dito, kahit umuulan, basta hindi bumabagyo, hindi mababasa yung interior area natin, my dudes. On the other side of our semi-balcony, ay meron tayong madadaan ng interesting areas na mamaya na natin pag-uusapan. Dito muna tayo sa 2 kwarto ng ating third floor. So if you're millennial like me na ayaw nyo magkaanak, you can make this multi-purpose. So, pwede nyo siyang gawing guest room or pwede nyo rin siyang gawing home office. And, ang kagandahan dito sa ating rooms ay kung nakikita nyo itong pader sa gitna nila, that is a partition, my dude. So, pwede nyo yung buksan para i-combine itong 2 kwarto na ito. So, pwede nyo siyang gawing gym and office combo or pwede nyo siyang gawing double office. So dito you can work on your business kahit nasa bahay ka. You know, like work on your back-end management like stock keeping or account stuffs. Or gawa ka ng company website like what we have here. Which, by the way, madali ko lang nagawa ito. I made my website by using Odoo Website Builder. It just takes a few clicks, no programming knowledge required, my dudes. Very user-friendly ang kanilang interface kasi tutulungan ka ng AI website builder nila kahit limited ang design powers nyo. No worries. Now, pagtapos na kayo gumawa ng website, you can also use Odoo's wide range of business management apps like manufacturing, POS, inventory, and accounting management applications. So all their apps are highly integrated, which can save you the hassle during daily operations. Suitable for small, medium enterprise man o mapamalaking kumpanya, Odoo has got you covered. Dahil may dedicated at pro sila na native PH team na tutulong sa inyo. You can start your 15-day free trial and schedule a meeting with your Odoo expert. Check out the links down in the descriptions below, my dudes. So dito sa likod ng ating office, makita natin ay meron ulit tayong balkonahe. Ayan. Para pag na-stress kayo kakatrabaho, just go out there and sigaw nyo yung mga problema nyo sa buhay. So let's say nagabihan kayo mag-work dito sa inyong home office kasi sobrang ganda. Kailangan nyo ng kape. What you gonna do, man? Pupunta kayo sa Starbucks that is 5 kilometers away from you. Not to worry, I got you dahil sa labas niyan, kung titignan natin itong cabinet na ito, if you open that, bam, we have this hidden coffee bar / laundry machine combo. Pwede kayo magtimpla ng kape nyo and then move on to this area kung saan pwede kayo mag-relax muna. Chill. Out of sight, out of mind, as I like to say. Kasi hindi naman maganda magkakape ka sa harap ng trabahong ginagawa mo. Now, bakit nandito nakalagay yung ating laundry machines? Dito na kayo maglalaba kasi weird naman kung maglalaba kayo sa first floor tapos idadala nyo sa third floor para magsampay. Yan. Now, one of the advantages ng ating sky roofs ay kahit maabutan ng ulan yung labada nyo, it is all safe. Although, maraming disadvantages din yung mga skylights tulad nito. One is, pag sobrang tirik yung araw, iinit yung interior spaces natin. So, one way to combat that ay mag-introduce tayo nung tinatawag natin na stack effect kung saan pag binuksan natin yung glass doors dito sa ating third floor at yung glass doors sa second and first floor natin, ang mangyayari ay yung warm air mag-rise siya pataas through our interior courtyard at mag-e-exit siya dito sa ating opening sa harap. So that will help reduce the heat. But if that is not enough, pwede rin tayo maglagay ng UV reducing film dun sa ating skylights, which yung magagandang quality ganito can reduce the UV na pumapasok sa bahay nyo by around 99% and yung heat producing na IR rays nare-reduce din by 97%. Kung hindi pa yan enough, ay meron tayong retractable na roof to cover that up. Then, pag 5 PM na, hindi na masyado malakas yung sikat ng araw or magagabi na, you can open that and wait for the sunset at lumabas yung mga stars. So, pwede tayong mag-star watching. star staring. Ano na yung tawag doon? Basta, pwede ka tumitig sa sky at magmuni-muni dito, my dudes. Now, para sa pricing, my dudes, rough estimate lang ito. Basically, ang ginawa ko is kinuha ko yung floor area na let's say 300 square meters na lang times 55,000 pesos. So, it will cost you around 16.5 million pesos for this whole house. Di pa kasama dun yung lote, exterior improvements, at yung mga furnitures nyo, my dudes. With that being said, take note na rough estimate lang ito. It is not at all accurate, so your mileage may vary. And with that, I guess, dito na nagtatapos ang ating 100 square meter house design.